The Omnic Weekly. Welcome everyone, it is Sunday, April 14th, and this is episode 172 of the Omnic Weekly. I actually said the same thing last week. I said that last week was 172, and after we recorded, I realized that it was 171. So now it's 172. Are you guys still following? I'm not. I'm Deemzies, whatever, and I'm being joined by let me see, let me look. I don't have my glasses. Oh, I don't wear glasses. It's Frozen.
Hi.
She really looked like she was completely surprised that I said her name. She was like, who is he going to name first? You could either pick me or maybe Frozen or myself.
Me, myself, or I.
Exactly. Oh, that brings back memories. How you doing, Frozen?
I'm okay. Did a bit of cleaning up in here today. Some good old dusting of the good old PC, so...
Good old dusting of the good old PC.
Yeah.
Sounds like a farmer's job. What did you do today? I did some good old dusting of the good old PC. It was glorious.
It needed it.
Yeah. All PCs need it. I was saying to Frozen, she told me she had been kind of cleaning her PC, and they're basically huge ass vacuums that seem to suck in all the dust and keep it there. Like, mine, it's mine, I tell you. Once you open it up, it's like, what the hell? Yeah, we all need to do that occasionally. Just be careful when you do it, because I hear there's a lot of shit that can go wrong when you do it. On the other hand, I don't know.
So if you didn't do it in a while, this is your reminder to just clean out your PC.
Well, just clean the gel. I mean, spring is on the way. That is always the time where people start cleaning.
Yeah, spring cleaning.
Exactly. No, that's actually a thing. That's right. Yeah, but it's just the two of us again. I was thinking that maybe LP was going to join us, but I guess he's doing Florida stuff. I don't know if he got better. He was sick last week, and we haven't heard him since. Yeah. He's wrestling a gator for pocket money, like for change. He's like, give me 50 cents and I'll wrestle this gator and make him eat his own shoes. Gators don't have shoes. They are shoes. They become shoes, basically. This is going nowhere. I just want to warn you. Anyways, that is because I've been extremely busy. My brain is kind of working at 300%, and this podcast is just kind of, how do you say that? Like a moment of rests, in a way, in between all of the chaos, because season 10 is coming, guys. Season 10 of Overwatch 2. Venture forth.
It is coming here soon. Very soon.
Yeah, it's just... Well, we're recording this on Sunday. You might hear this on Monday or later. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Waffle time, CEST, bam, Venture's going to be joining the game. And a shit ton of other stuff is going to happen. We know that the season is the Mirrored Universe season. We've seen this game mode that they're going to do, a limited time game mode. We're going to be talking about all of that in this episode. There's a lot of stuff coming. But yeah, we're also at the tail end of season 9. How did you enjoy season 9, Frozen? How has it been a fun season for you?
It was a fun season. I really loved the theme of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Like the kind of like the cosmic crisis kind of vibing. I love Eldritch horror. I can't say it otherwise. And I kind of like that they're doing 2 dark seasons in a row, or 2 darker seasons in a row.
Yeah. But I don't know if darker is the word for it. I think it's like kind of edgy, crazy, like different kind of I don't know, but I totally get what you mean. Kind of the 2 themes that I was looking forward to the most in the list that they gave us back at BlizzCon were Eldritch horror and Mirror Universe. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for the Egyptian mythology theme too. Not a little less for wizards and witches, because I feel like it might just be a bit of a Harry Potter ripoff. I don't know. By the way, we were talking earlier. This is going to start out as a bit of a segue, like a little. We're going to venture off from Overwatch, but I'm going to bring it all back. You told me this morning, or I don't remember. Time has been very fluid for me in these last few hours, but that you've also watched the first episode of Fallout, the series.
Yeah, I right before this podcast, I actually watched the second episode.
Oh, you cheeky bugger. I'm going to watch it later today. The reason I said it, I also watched the first episode, really enjoyed it. It really got me completely excited. By the way, for the people that are not on Patreon, what? Why? Why not? But let me put it the other way around. For my Patreons, let me give you a glimpse of one of the stickers that you'll be getting this week. They're going to at the door. This is, of course, video podcast only, but this is a sticker that is coming your way. It's Fallout themed. It's a crossover between Fallout and it's a Soldier 76. The Vault.
He sent that tonight, and it was so funny because it was like I saw that post like an hour after watching the first episode of the Fallout series.
Yeah, I posted it on Discord. Yeah, I was actually drawing that while I was watching that first episode. And up till now, I'm really happy with it. But I'm going to review the series for Geek and Plunder. So, but why I am talking about it on this podcast is because have you taken a gander at that Orisa and Echo skin?
Yes, and I see where you draw the connection because that's what I thought first when I saw that Orisa skin. It was kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
To see because it didn't really fit, and I was like, is that just like a 50s TV? What are they doing? And then I watched the Fallout episode. I was like, that's interesting.
I don't think it's a coincidence that like I said it in one of my videos, I did a review on the trailer and I said in that video that it reminded me of Dinky Toys, which were these metal toys they used to have back in the 50s. And my uncle has a ton of them and they are quite, how do you say that? They're quite a lot. Wait, let me try that again. They are worth quite a lot of money these days. That's what I wanted to say. Like your toys today, keep them. Don't throw them away. Keep them. And in 50 years, there's going to be people that want to pay a shitload of money because they feel nostalgic for their own toys when they were kids, but they threw them away. So keep them. Trust me, that is the best advice. Like, don't invest in houses and all that bullshit. Gold. No, in toys.
Just
I don't know.
buy toys.
I don't know if I would say I don't know if the toys that we see today would still be as relevant in 50 years. On the other hand, I've seen the toys that have been in my generation that we liked as kids. They go for a shit ton of money right now. So I guess it's just a timeless thing. Toys work. Anyways, to get back to that. So there's an Orisa skin and an Echo skin that have that 50s vibe that were in the trailer. And it really made me think of Fallout. And just in that week where that Fallout series lands, I don't know. And then I was drawing this Soldier 76 Vault Dweller. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if they did a Fallout crossover someday?
It would be so... I mean, there's so much potential, like even with the Junkers as Raiders or in general, just the overall 50s theme. And we have like a few 50s kind of things or things that could be considered Fallout already in the game. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about a few Diva skins. We have... I mean, the Junkers just fit into it with like the apocalyptic theme, like kind of thing.
Yeah, they can be Ravagers and whatnot. And we can have a ham and dog meat.
A weird radioactive Reaper skin.
Yeah, where you have a ghoul version of Soldier 76 or Reaper. Like this is
so cool.
that could be amazing.
I think even with Cassidy, like I'm thinking of one specific character from the series. Right now, like a ghoul Cassidy would go so hard.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. It's the fact that we got to see these kind of right now. I don't know. Could be cool. It just inspired me. Let me put it that way. But anyways, apart from that, like season 9 is at the end, as we said. Yeah, Eldritch Horror was really cool. I feel though, like once the what is the name of the event again? I keep forgetting. Cosmic Crisis. Yeah, past that whole theme kind of. That is, of course, the thing with the Battle Pass themes. They're relevant within that limited time game mode. They're relevant at the start of the season because all the promotion is kind of hooked into that. But once the season gets rolling, you basically, I don't feel like the team is as relevant anymore at some point. That is my opinion. And I don't know if that is bad even. Like, I'm not calling that like. a problem. I think it's just something that I noticed. Like,
I don't know. I think it's more like the overall end of the season slump that's there
yeah,
almost every season. It's like the last week or the last 2 weeks is always a little slow in Overwatch, but that has nothing to do with the theme or anything else. It's just how it is. Like almost everyone got everything done what they wanted. Like they played everything new in that season, and they're kind of like getting excited for the next one.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there is definitely like that. Those final weeks of any season will always feel like everybody hates Overwatch again. Nobody's playing it. People are complaining about matchmaking.
It's especially in non-hero seasons, I feel like, because with the hero seasons, we still have like the continuous, oh, we got a new hero. That's the first season of that new hero. A lot of people are playing that new hero and stuff like that. And non-hero seasons kind of suffer a bit more in the last week or last 2 weeks.
They might. Although I do feel like new heroes don't have as much impact on us as a community as they did back in the day. Like, I do feel like some of these heroes, like Moga and like all of the latest heroes, they kind of fold within the roster. You just get used to them so quickly. And again, I'm not saying that is something bad. I think that is us kind of getting used to those heroes, because I think it's because there's such a big roster that any new hero you add to the roster feels, I'm not going to say, the impact is just less. It's like throwing like a little, like a pebble in a really small bucket. That whole bucket is going to be shaking. Well, depending on how big that pebble is. But anyways, if you throw it in a lake, yeah, there's going to be ripples, but those ripples die off because there's so much else going on and so much else, or so many other things pulling at people.
Yes, that's the fate of the roster just getting bigger over the years.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, it's like we're at 40 heroes now.
It's insane just to think about
Imagine,
that. 40
like,
heroes.
when you add one hero to a 20 hero pool, the difference of you add a hero to get a 40 hero pool.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, of course it's going to be way different because it's double the heroes.
Yeah, I've really noticed that myself too. That I don't know, that it's not like the hype dies down. It's just we kind of get used to it. It's and the heroes can be perfectly fine. They let's be honest, like apart from Moga maybe, but Yari was pretty balanced. Was a lot of fun when she entered the game, when she was added to the roster. It was overall a nice experience. And I think with Venture, they're also kind of in that same spot. It's going to be very similar, which is good. I like that. And I think Blizzard feels it too. They've been talking about adding them to the competitive game mode early, which is interesting. Usually it's 2 weeks, but...
That's probably because they, like, you can see in the few test ways, the test weekend we had with Venture, like how well they're performing. Because also just a lot of people were playing them, so that gives them a lot of data beforehand. And I mean, it's kind of nice to see that, hey, if they think, okay, we think the balancing is fine, so we could release them earlier in comp, which is kind of cool because they don't need the full 2 weeks of data anymore.
Yeah, they really kind of bumped into something with that test weekend. They definitely did it as like a gimmick, something special for BlizzCon, something like, hey, you can play the hero right now and kind of do that thing. And then they realized like, oh, this is actually pretty good. We need to do more of this. This is actually very helpful. And I think they just, to be honest, like the moment Venture kind of released in the test weekend, you noticed so quickly that they were so well balanced that it just fit. It was just, it fit like a glove. It was perfectly designed and balanced for. Well, of course, we need to wait and see what that is going to pan out in the next few weeks.
Yeah, but it just felt like a good addition to the roster. Like nothing too similar, but also nothing too foreign.
Yeah,
just the perfect amount of like a tidbit of everything.
Exactly. But I think overall with balancing, I think Overwatch is kind of in an interesting spot. They've been hinting to some balancing changes. We know the Wrecking Ball rework is coming. One of the balancing changes that they kind of hinted at, or that they teased. I don't know. We need more details, of course. Is that Reinhardt's ultimate is going to get buffed, and so is the Junker Queen. I don't know for certain. Was it? Yeah, her Carnage and Reinhardt's Earthshatter is going to be more impactful in the next season. And Sombra and Tracer are getting some nerfs. There's some support changes in the way that they're kind of rebalancing the damage output for supports versus their healing. So they're kind of forcing a lot of support players to go a little closer back to healing and kind of taking away some of their damage. I think these are all kind of interesting changes in the sense that I don't feel like, I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like there's any big outstanding issues. And I know I'm going to get hate for that. I'm going to get pushback on that. I actually plan to make a video on that, and I look forward to the comments on that video. But my point is that, sure, as an individual, you're definitely going to have comments. There's definitely going to be things and heroes that you don't think are balanced. And there might be two reasons for that. That hero might be your main and you don't think they are strong enough because everybody wants to roll the other team. Nobody is ever happy, or nobody ever wants to accept that they can lose a game. And there's a whole kind of hierarchy of reasons why you lose a game, things that you blame it on. And I'm being very direct here, but I'm just talking to people in general, nobody specific. But look, we all have these kind of reasons where we think it's our teammates, it's the matchmaking, it's the hero that is imbalanced. On the other hand, sometimes it's the hero that counters us. Like we have one community member, Scorpio, who is always hating on Genjis because he plays a lot of Widowmaker. Yeah, that's what happens. And some people want to see their counters nerfed because, again, they want to be rolling every single team they encounter because they all think that they're amazing, good players. While I do think mathematically, if you look at the stats, if you look at the numbers, if you look at how many wins and losses every hero has, I do think they're pretty close to having the game balanced. And that is one of the reasons that they're kind of going into this, I don't know, I'm not going to call it nitty gritty, but small balancing changes, apart from Wrecking Ball, of course, which is more of a rework. But I do think the perception is still different. And that is also something they'll be working on in the next few seasons and months, is how can we match or have the perception kind of reflect on what the reality is. Like, we might all feel like Orisa is hugely overpowered, but turns out she's not. She's actually doing not as good as everybody would think she would. But that is a perception issue. And if your perception is not good, then yeah, people are not having a good time. And what is this? I mean, that is not good game design either. So I think that is something different. But mathematically, when it comes to the numbers, I do think they're getting pretty close to what they set out to do. Is there any hero, Frozen? Because I see you, like, if you watch the video podcast, you could see Frozen do this, like nodding their head, like, yeah, there's a few people that I wouldn't want to kick their ass. But like, is there any hero that you feel like is too strong or too weak right now? Don't say Anna.
And Anna's pretty fine right now, I think, honestly.
She'll be happy to hear that. Anna, you're fine.
Well, thank you. She's a fine lady. Yeah. No, but I don't know. In general, I'm kind of satisfied with how things are right now. It's just that there's always gonna be, there's always just gonna be heroes that are gonna be cracked at high level and are gonna be useless in low level. But that's not the dev's fault. That's kind of like how the game works.
Yeah, and I think the game needs that. People need, like, there are a few heroes that, if they're being played by someone that is very skilled at that hero, Doomfist is one of them, then you're going to get rolled.
I feel like there are some heroes that have the potential to be super strong, to be crazy and insane.
High
but
ceiling.
They just don't get played enough to be concerning.
Because they're difficult to play, and some people don't understand how to play them. And as long as people don't figure out, like, that is one of my major gripes with the Genji.
Like, Brick can be crazy. Like, I've seen Bricks absolutely dominating a game, but she just doesn't get picked too much in regular games.
Yeah, because the Brigitte is very dependent on your team comp. and the enemy comp. Like there are situations, if your team can build around a Brigitte, she can make a huge difference. But I think there's also a lot of situations where Brigitte is completely useless, because if you have a Tracer and a Sombra constantly flanking off away from the team, you're healing up with this. There's nothing she can do. Like she can throw the occasional armor pack, but that is not going to help her. Then at that point, if you have a team of, if you have a wrecking ball on top of that, you just abandon Brigitte, go for something different, because you're not going to get the you're not going to make the difference you want to make. On the other hand, if you have like a really close knit team that works together, that stays together, Brigitte can be just dominating. You can just roll in as a unit and roll over the enemy team while keeping everybody alive. It's kind of insane.
There's no particular outlier right now that would need to be buffed or nerfed, like drastic.
No, exactly. Like someone asked me in my stream, like, who do you think needs to be buffed? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't have any hero where I feel like this hero is kind of underwhelming, or this hero is lacking. And there's definitely heroes that get played less or more than others, but that has more to do with the playstyle and the difficulty than anything else. What I wanted to say about the Genji early, Genji is one of those heroes that I have a major issue with, because every time they buff him a little too hard, he becomes too easy. And every dumb... Wait, let me censor myself. Every dumb that just kind of thinks they are a ninja can rip a team apart because the hero becomes too easy at that point. I think Genji needs it to have that bit of challenge, that kind of... I'm always going to say you kind of need to withhold some of his power from him, so he will push through to get to that power and then kind of shine really beautifully. A good Genji... Someone that knows how to
anime shonen arc, let's go.
yeah, but that's basically it. And I think they need to stay true to that. I see so many people telling me like, yeah, but Genji needs... No, he doesn't. Just practice.
You just don't play him right. You just need more practice, because he's that kind of hero that you need to dive specific characters with. You need to know how to do 1v1s well. You need to know how to kill the supports and then get someone else. It's just... the play style you need to get accustomed to.
Yeah, definitely.
Genji.
Definitely. And I don't think they need to make the heroes available for everybody, or easily available or potent enough for everybody to kind of win on. Just pick the heroes that you're good at and let the people that are better at those heroes make a difference. I mean,
or grit your teeth and push through. That's the fun of learning a new character.
Definitely. I've said this a few times already, I think, on the podcast, but I'm really in this phase in my Overwatch career where I love picking up new heroes that I haven't played ever before. Like I did it with Brigitte a few seasons ago. I did it with Sombra after the rework. And now I'm playing a lot of Echo, which, I mean, I've been having a ton of fun on Echo and actually starting to learn how the kit works properly and how you need to approach the enemy team and whatnot. It's kind of fun to occasionally pick another hero, do a deep dive, really study that hero, play him over and over again, and then a few weeks later you switch to another one. That's what I like about Overwatch. So much choice.
You finally get Tweety now. Just
yeah.
You want to play every hero in one match? Just play Echo.
Yeah. For the people that are not familiar with our community, like Tweety is one of the people that joins us on stream regularly, and he is a god on Echo. Like,
absolutely cracked.
Yeah, he's insane. He is that type of Echo that the enemy team will complain about. We have a few of those people in our community, but like Yaros on Wrecking Ball or on Sombra, same thing. People will complain about him. They will just go like touch grass, get alive. Well, I mean, they're just good.
One of us supports just sits or dances on payload and has the greatest time.
Yeah, well, we do also have supports in our community that moonwalk and die.
Yeah.
Spicy. But anyways, we'll see what the balancing changes are going to be about. We can probably expect patch notes somewhere in early next week. Maybe when they launch the season, maybe a little earlier. Kind of depends. They've been not very consistent on that. We have the Wrecking Ball rework. They hinted at some of the things that they're doing. His grappling hook is going to get some changes, but I'm trying to wrap my brain around that because I don't play Wrecking Ball at all right now. I'm saying right now because maybe at some point I will. Who knows? But from what I understand is that he can. So there's this one thing where he reaches maximum velocity or maximum speed, and that they call that ramming speed or something like that. And that is when he kind of starts to fire up, where you see this kind of almost like, when a space a shuttle comes out of space, you see basically the atmosphere burning around it. And that is this. He is so fast that the air around him starts to burn. That's basically it. And if he doesn't reach that, you basically get this broken flow. And to address that, they are having the cooldown on his grapple if he doesn't reach that speed. So if he does not get to do what he wants to do, they basically have his cooldown, which is kind of an interesting idea. Like, okay, you didn't roll out as you wanted it to go. Maybe it's your own fault. Maybe there was an Orisa in your way. Maybe something else happened. Maybe Reinhardt slammed you. You get half of your cooldown back. Also, something very interesting that I'm really curious to see how that is going to pan out and what people are going to do with that. But he can kind of pull back to his anchor point. So he puts his anchor point for his grappling hook somewhere. And usually he just kind of, he uses the Jesus Christ. I think I'm having a small stroke. Middle point power. I don't know what they call it I know it's centrifugal something in English. I don't know. Middelpunt vliegende kracht, we say in Dutch. But anyways, so basically he uses the same thing that they do for these tests for astronauts. You basically use that point and he uses... Yeah, no, it's like there's a specific word, but people will tell us in the comments. It's fine.
Yeah.
And he uses that to kind of amplify his movement. Now, what he can do is kind of pull himself towards that point, but I think that is also going to give him a huge boost. And what is going to happen to that? How are people going to react to that? Are people going to fly away? What is going to happen?
Well, if they would apply the normal physics here, like when a wrecking ball is already at that speed and would pull itself to its center, it should become way faster. That's how it works. And even if you pull, how fast can you pull towards it? Can you pull yourself towards something and just let go and you just fly somewhere?
Well, you can do that now. You can basically, if you use your grappling hook and you kind of do one lap and you let go, you yeet yourself in another direction.
Yeah, but this just gives the potential to just catapult yourself across the entire map.
Yeah, basically you can, in the direction of your grappling hook, you can go, I don't know, blue flame or something. That is going to be... another thing that's changing is that his shield, that he can give it to his teammates. And I don't think it's passive. I don't think it happens automatically. He needs to click a button, if I'm not mistaken, but he'll kind of go with his teammates. He will kind of pass on that thing. I don't know.
So kind of make him faster, but also give others an Orisa bubble, an Zarya bubble.
Yeah. From what I've read in Aaron's blog, it's kind of like he can, when he gets the armor, he can pass it on. He can pass on the love, probably by being in the neighborhood or something. We'll see.
It sounds like it could be a lot of a pain to play against him, but I'm happy for the Wrecking Ball players that they get something new.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's been a while for them. It's been a good while, but if this holds very much annoying potential, I will acknowledge that.
That's Wrecking Ball. Every time they buffed him in the past, he became very OP, and it's different than in Genji's case. It's not like they made him easier by buffing him. He just the difficulty of playing him is still the same, but he just kind of, you give him one unit of extra damage, and he manages to turn it into 20 overnight. He just it just explodes. It's kind of insane.
Takes a change and runs with it.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if this might be one that they'll have to address in a few weeks. That I don't know any specifics, but I think there are some things in there that they might have to tune back at some point. But we'll see. Besides that, so those are kind of all the balancing things that we know about that are coming to season 10. I'm just going through everything that we can expect. I'm looking at the Instagram of the Omnic post, kind of go down the list. They also announced some new defense matrix measures that they're going to take. They basically want to defend players against the community. They want to kind of lower the toxicity. The ways they're going to do that is they're going to give us more slots to avoid other people with, which I kind of love. You have 3 up till now. You'll get in the total of 10, and 3 out of those 10 you can basically pin, and those will never be replaced. So if there's people that really get on your nerves and you never want to see him ever again in your whole career in Overwatch, you pin him, and they're not going to be removed. All the others, as soon as you add a new one, the oldest one will be removed, and it will kind of cycle through that. And on our rank, we shouldn't be running into any of these people. On the high rank, it would be possible that the ones that are the oldest, that are the lowest on the list, might eventually show up in your game. Because, there's your player pool is way smaller. Let me see what else they kind of... they want to improve, but that is in a future season. They want to improve on the reporting system to make it more easy to report, so you don't have to wait till the end of the game. Kind of have a faster process where you can quickly, that is kind of nice. The way I put that.
It's clicking and quickly.
Quickly can report someone. They're also going to do surveys, which I'm kind of like, okay. I don't know if I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any administration while I'm playing my game.
I mean, the ending screen is long enough as it is, and you have to click through so many screens. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do a survey after getting through that jungle of screens.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we need that. They're also limiting voice chat. Sorry?
Hold on, guys. We can't keep playing. I need to do a survey.
Yeah. I have some administration to do. Do I get a prize at the end of this? Oh, no. Damn it. They're also going to limit chat for people that get endorsement level 0, which is... a new level, I think, for people that really got punished,
it's not new. It was there before, but it's just you can't get it through normal means. You have to be disruptive or be assigned that. So, everyone just starts with level 1, because I saw some comments that were confused, if every new player just not gonna be able to talk. No. You can't get level 0 by just playing the game. You start at level 1.
If you piss Blizzard off, if you piss Blizzard off enough, that's the way I needed to say that, they will give you an endorsement level 0, and you'll be screwed. And you won't be able to use chat, and you can climb out of that by showing positive behavior. That is something that you can take control over yourself. But one thing they're taking away is if you're spectating, you're also not going to be able to chat anymore, which I kind of find sad, because it's something that we used to do. We used to spectate each other's games, and then of course there would be some friendly banter in there, but never anything.
Making documentaries or doing some fun stuff. So I'm sad that's gonna be gone.
But some people in my chat told me that apparently there was an issue where people would bully other people to leave the game. Kind of, they would join in and they would see that their friend was playing, and they would spectate their friend's game and bully other people from leaving that match so they could join, which is not... Look, it's always these few assholes that ruin it for everybody else. As always. This
is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. But that is kind of sad to see that go. Let me see. Is there anything else that they announced when it comes to these security things? I don't think so. I think we covered kind of everything when it comes to... of course, the lever penalties. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that.
We have that's going to be interesting.
The lever penalties, one of my favorite topics. As I've said many a times before, I am a huge fan of the lever penalties because I hate it. And I'm out of principle, I have not left the game in years because... even if I'm having the worst of times, I'll just keep trying because an Overwatch match is never really lost until you give up. That's basically true. I mean, we've shown that many a times where we've come back from really dire situations and end up winning a match. And on top of that, if you are not committed to that 15 minutes that you select, you select to play a game and it's not going your way, and you want to abandon and you can't kind of wait for 10 or 15 minutes to do that. I mean, Jesus freaking Christ. I don't want to sound like the old guy, but grow some cojones, please. And so the way they kind of want to... So, yeah, go ahead.
I was like, if you can't spend 15 minutes in a game, why do you even start quick play? I don't get it. Also, even if you have internet issues, then it's like after one game left, you only get a warning, nothing happens. And even after 2 games by now, it's like 5 minutes. If you have internet issues, then you can't play for 5 minutes anyways after like getting kicked out of another game. So I don't see what the issue is. Also, like, I don't know, when you say, hey, 5 minutes, I'm gonna get a drink, go do something else for a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's not that bad.
And I'm going to be very honest here. Sometimes I have people coming to complain in my chat when I'm streaming, telling me I got locked out for 4 hours. And I'm like, how many games did you leave? 1, maybe 2? Or the last... and then... But we had this, like... I'm always kind of... I'm not going to say I don't believe them. I'm always like, yeah, but that is weird, man. You can't just get locked out 4 hours for leaving 2 games. So either something is wrong with the system, or you don't want to admit that you've been leaving games like they smell like dead fish. And someone tried to do that this week, but Gavin Winter was actually in my chat, who was one of the people that introduced that whole system, that's been working on that. So that person came into my chat and was like, yeah, I was locked out for it. I was like, I asked the same question. Did you leave many games? And then he said, no. I left 1 game and I got instantly locked out for 4 hours. Like,
sure,
that's not possible. And now, but Gavin was in chat. So he started chiming in. He was like, yeah, but it counts all like your 20 last games, and kind of started to kind of reason with that person. Like, what you're saying is not possible, or this and this and this happened. And the person just abandoned the topic, started talking about something completely different. He didn't probably realize that Gavin was who Gavin is, but it just kind of like the common sense made him abandon topic.
I mean, if you just like, maybe that person just realized, hey, maybe I'm the issue, but they just went in somewhere to complain. That's what people do sometimes, and they want validation. But if they don't get that validation, they get... I don't know how to say that in English.
Discouraged?
Would say they would get that tiny with a head.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Yeah. No, I'm not going to say that everybody that comes into my chat and complains about them being banned, that it's unrightfully so, that they're all, I mean, they're like with any system, there's going to be issues, there's going to be things that don't add up. But
I just think a lot of times if people sat down and thought about what like happened maybe about some other things and just like reevaluated, they wouldn't complain.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think everybody does it, but I do think there's a lot of people that are just not looking at themselves and kind of not. I don't know. Maybe expect me to kind of fix. I don't know what the expectation actually is when people come complain to me about that. Like what they want me to say, that I'm going to make a post that the system is not working while there's no proof. I mean, I don't know.
Some people just want to vent or want the attention or want the validation. That's kind of it. I mean, when do people tweet on Twitter?
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, the system is getting some work in the sense that, okay, all the old, how do you call that, levels are still going to be there. So you leave 1 game, you're going to get a warning. Leave 2 games. Oh, no, wait, I'm skipping one. The old system was if you leave 1 game, you're getting a warning. If you leave 5 games, you're getting a 20-minute lockout. If you leave over 5 games, and that wasn't the case with that person, but you get 4 hours. So you need to do at least 5 games in your last 20. That's 1/4. That is like 1 out of 4 games you leave. That is more than an internet issue. If you are being so stubborn while having internet issues, yeah, not smart. I mean, if you get kicked out of the games that much, you need to look into it. Otherwise, it's not fun for you either. And it's not fun for the people that are in the game with you. What they added now is one, as Frozen already described it, lenient. Like if you leave 2 to 3 games in the last 20, you'll get a 5-minute penalty. Just enough time to go get a drink, get a coffee, go to the toilet, yell at the wall. I don't know, something that you want to do to calm down.
Scream at your pillow, something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's high tech. Walk, touch some grass.
I didn't know people did that, screaming at a pillow, but there you go. If you leave 10 games, that is a new one that they also added. So if you leave more than 10 games, That is a lot. That is like half of your games. And they told us that is a very small group that does it, but that does exist. You'll be locked out 48 hours. And that is basically Overwatch telling you, look, we'd rather have you not come back. It would be kind of nice if you could just kind of make the decision for yourself and go play something else. Get maybe take on an interest in fly fishing and go abandon your fellow fly fishers. But
I mean, if you leave half of your games or more than half of your games in some cases, why do you even play that game?
Exactly. But there's people that leave 90% of their games. What? Uninstall. Uninstall the game. At some point, you're going to realize it's you. Yeah.
It's you, buddy. It's you.
Look, if you leave 90% of your games, you're not playing Overwatch. You're playing Overwatch queue. You're spending more time in the queue than you do in matches, which in some ranks is always the case.
You should make a custom game mode Overwatch queue simulator.
Oh, that is a good idea. Can someone make that? A queue simulator for those that leave over half of their matches. So they can hang in queue. And the first to leave the match get the most points. That is actually a good idea. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll hit up Kevin. Let's go.
They also updated the competitive leaver penalties. So if you leave 5 matches in the last 20, you'll be banned from the season. And if you leave 10 matches out of a whole season, you'll also be banned from the season. And look, I think it's a good idea. I have been kicked out of games occasionally myself because my internet went down. It has happened, and it has happened like twice in a window of 24 hours for sure. But nothing more. Like, it's not like it's been happening over and over again. And I'm a streamer. I look, if I would be kicked out of a game 3 times in a row, I would probably still come back because, it's my job. It's what I do. So I need to go back to work and I need to log back in because my audience is waiting. But if you're not a streamer, if you're just kind of playing this for fun, after 3 times, you're like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what's happening with the servers. I don't know what's happening with my internet, but fuck this. I'm going to play Manil. I'm going to play Uno. I'm going to be resorting my stamp collection. Do something different because...
Or check what's wrong with your internet. I don't know.
Wow. Look. If you're going to start making sense, Frozen, this podcast is going to end really quickly.
I'm sorry.
There's also a series of changes that they're doing for streamer mode where it used to be client-based, so you could change your name while you were streaming and playing Overwatch. So the people that were watching the stream could not see the account that you were playing on. But the thing is, of course, everybody knows the names of the accounts. And then once you were in a game, people could see that you were playing with those content creators or with those streamers. It was not server side. That is switched. So now a streamer can hide their names both on their own stream, but also in the games that they're playing, which is a step forward, especially if you're a big streamer on the higher tiers. I know some big streamers have been having issues with people just trolling them. And
I also saw some, I saw the little sliders in the video where you can say, okay, I want everything to be hidden from everyone except for my friends. And stuff like that. So that's kind of neat that you can adjust it.
Yeah, but I don't have friends. So all right, let's move on. Stop rubbing it in, okay? Thank you, Frozen. Please, come on. Why every single time?
Okay. You want me to leave? Do you?
We're also getting a Mercy Mythic next season. I'm quite surprised. We've talked about this in the past. I always figured Mercy mains don't want that kind of. That is what we said last week. They like the pink Mercy, they like the fluffy, they like and definitely there are some Mercy mains out there that feel that way. I've gotten plenty of those comments. But I did a poll yesterday asking my followers on Instagram and all the other platforms actually throughout the whole weekend. I've been asking them what they think about this skin. And let me quickly check what the latest update is on that. And over 50% says that they love it. And then you have 40% that says it's okay. And then about only 6% that says it sucks. Or,
the color schemes are pretty cool.
12%.
You have the Talon themed kind of skin with the red and the black, and a lot of people say with the blue it kind of looks full sky-ish.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. And then you have the null sector one with the black and the purple. And I've seen so many positive comments about it, which is cool, but I'm slightly surprised. But it's cool. I like it.
I'm surprised too. I'm surprised too. The question is, of course, that 12% are those the Mercy mains, or because there's a lot of people that are going to chime in on this.
I even saw I mean that's my title I have for her, but I kind of saw like the Queen of Mercy tweeting, Gisty. I saw her like tweeting about it, just loving the skin and like all the positive comments below that tweet. I was like, damn, I didn't expect that.
Wait, who was it? Who was it?
Gisty.
Oh, wait.
She's also like a streamer. She's like the dedicated Mercy main, I feel like.
Oh, is it with an S, Keisty? Is that what you said?
With
yeah.
She's kind of like the dedicated Mercy main, and she likes it. So I was like, damn, I didn't expect that, but pop off queen.
Among the Overwatch content creators, there's this thing where when it comes to Mercy that everybody's always waiting for her reaction on it, and she was very excited when she heard about the skin. Yeah, I saw that. All right, but we're talking about skins. Of course, this is the Mirror Universe. So the skins that we got to see up till now, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more than just this, is what is it? The Commander Doomfist skin. So basically, it's like that soldier has that one. What is the name of the skin? It's something Commander. I keep forgetting.
Strike Commander.
Yeah. Strike Commander 76. Is a skin that Soldier has, and they basically took that skin and put it on Doomfist. It kind of looks neat. I like it.
It's really cool.
Sombra also got an Overwatch skin, and she doesn't have the scarred eyebrow, which is kind of interesting. But the best one in the Overwatch setup, that Widowmaker skin.
I love her prosthetic eye, which indicates that Anna shot out her eye in this.
No. That, I don't think Anna shot her eye out. I think because Anna had a prosthetic eye, and Widow shot that prosthetic eye. It's not like Anna got the prosthetic eye after Widow shot it. No, it's Anna. Widow shot the prosthetic eye that she had from the Egyptian army. I did a whole video on that.
That's why that Overwatch just gave her this prosthetic eye that she has with the glowy. It's really cool. A lot of people first thought it was heterochromia.
Yeah, me too. When the first time I saw the trailer, same thing.
But it's kind of like that hint with the connection to Anna, which is so cool.
And Anna is not wearing an eye patch. Anna is also getting a skin, a talent skin, and she doesn't have the eye patch.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
But that Widow skin, before we go back to Anna, that Widow skin, look, I don't play Widow. I don't get the fascination about Widow and all her skins and whatnot. There's the StarCraft skins I kind of like because I'm into StarCraft and it is a beautiful skin. But this one, she looks gorgeous in that skin. It's gorgeous.
Just Widow is just a healthy and happy Widow, and just not traumatized.
That is such a difference, man. Apparently, my thing is when women get too angry and edgy, I'm I'm out. I didn't know that about myself, and I looked at that Widow.
Mentally stable women are hot, okay? Mentally stable women, we love.
Yeah, damn, she looks good. That was quite surprising for me. Anyways, let's move on. What other skins do we get to see? So you got the Overwatch skins, the talent members going Overwatch. On the other hand, you got some Overwatch members that went talent. And one of them, as we said, was Anna, who has no eye patch, but has that military hat on that makes me giggle. It's kind of funny.
I'm so glad we got that Anna skin, which you mentioned this, I think last or the episode, this episode before.
Yeah.
But that they maybe took the concept for the Anna skin that they had and just smashed a logo from the
Eldritch Horror,
Eldritch Horror logo.
Yeah, the Sanguine Curse. Yeah, the Sanguine Curse.
I'm so glad we got this Anna skin because it's so good. It's just amazing. I love this so much.
I think I was pretty close with my theory. For the people that missed it, I had this theory that the Sanguine Curse that we got a skin for Anna that we got in Season 9 was actually meant to be a talent skin for Anna, but that they decided to up it a little bit. But that is an epic, and they wanted to give her a legendary. And what we got to see now is the legendary. And what they did with the old talent skin is just put the Eldritch thing on there, and they just sold it to us as they just did some minute changes and sold it to us in the shop. And I think I was pretty close on that.
They did, yeah.
There's also a Tracer, which talent Tracer for me doesn't work. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why. It just, I can't imagine a storyline in which that would kind of pan out. I feel it's like I can understand a widow on Overwatch because she was married to Gerard Lacroix and he was actually an operative within Overwatch. Like I can pinpoint the storyline to get to that point, but the Tracer and Talon, I don't know. Reinhardt for also getting a skin, Talon skin.
Isn't that Tracer maybe having a crash or having the accident and instead of being saved by Overwatch, being saved by Talon?
Yeah, but Tracer is just like so peppy, so kind of almost, I don't know. For me, there's like very few scenarios in which I see her join the bad side, so to speak, and her whole demeanor and whatnot is so different. Like Reinhardt has this. I can accept Reinhardt as a Talon member because he has this kind of struggle going in, and we saw how he was when he was younger. He was very vain. He was very kind of egocentrical, and he basically made a switch at some point because of his commander, and that is a pivotal moment in which he could have switched to the other side. If anybody had, in his vain days, anybody had kind of fed that from the Talon side, they could have drawn him over so easily. He was so easy to influence at that point.
The way Reinhardt like skin just looks with that mask and like his name on the back with Wilhelm and just everything, it's so good. Like all the little details in that skin and like what was it called again? It had a name and the name was like super good too. I think it was like something like Lone Crusader or something. I don't know if just following like it's just so good. Like I don't even play Reinhardt, but I so want to get that skin because it's just a masterpiece. It's so good.
Yeah. It is. It's a beautiful skin, and it works. And I like the one detail you said that he has his name on his armor. It's kind of funny. It's like his mom kind of sewed his name in, so he doesn't lose his armor. Like anybody else is going to be able to wear that.
One skin I'm like not seeing too much about, but it's so good too, is the Junkertown Symmetra.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful skin. Yeah.
I didn't think of it at first, but it's kind of cool. It kind of makes sense of it.
Yeah, that was kind of a. I do like in my prediction video. There was like a scenario in which I saw some characters switch to the Junkers. I didn't expect to be Symmetra, although it makes sense because Symmetra is like Vishkar is the opposing, is high tech, clean, kind of modern, kind of high, like there's this whole vibe around
high society. Yeah,
Vishkar that is very opposing to the Junkers, which is almost tribe-like. Low tech, just gasoline and spare parts and all that kind of shit. So it does make a lot of sense that she was the choice for that skin. There was another, Brigitte also got a Talon skin, which is okay. Look, a little edgy Brigitte. I don't know. For me, the Overwatch skins kind of, and the Reinhardt works, the Brigitte and the Tracer. I like the Brigitte. The Tracer is not my thing. But I don't know. Let me see. What else did we miss? There were some other skins. Oh yeah. Well, we did the Fallout Dinky Tori skin. We talked about that.
Zen.
Oh yeah, Zen. That was one of the predictions I did, that we were going to get the Null Sector Zenyatta, and we did. Now it's unclear if he is actually the leader of Null Sector as I predicted in that video, but he definitely joined Ramatra in his quest and helped out with the whole kind of starting of Null Sector, and he is one of the Null Sector units now, and he looks amazing. I still feel like the Scorpion's Baptiste skin, which kind of a lot of people see it in the Mirrorverse rendition of the Scorpion Widowmaker skin, because he's still with Talon and Scorpion, and she had her Scorpion skin that is kind of like, which I can understand, you could connect the dots, but I think it might be something completely separately. One skin that really had me kind of on a, like, I couldn't make head nor tails on is the Sojourn skin, because she is in the lineup with the Talon members, but she has a black and green thing. She has the Canadian flag on her shoulder. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like with the Sojourn skin, I'd have to see that in game to maybe like connect everything a bit better.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be variation, like something within the story that she in the that is tied into the Canadian forces, which she used to be part of, something like that. She does have the number 32 on her knees, which is kind of funny because she was the 33rd hero to be released. So it's kind of them breaking the fourth wall. But I think when it comes to skins, I think we mentioned all of them. Let me quickly go through the post and see if I missed anything. Scorpion, the Widow, the Sombra, Doomfist, Symmetra. No, I think we got all of them. And they are. I'm not going to say they're the most beautiful skins, but they're the really interesting skins. That's maybe the way to put it.
They're very well thought out skins.
Yeah, like
I can say that. Yeah.
Thematically, they're just kind of interesting. They're kind of
they're very, very good as a whole, but not only good as a whole, but also very good individually.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. Not everybody agrees, of course. There's always people with opinions, but
it's always going to be more exciting if you actually follow the lore and know like tidbits of it and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're into the Overwatch lore, this is the event to.
This is your season.
Yeah, exactly. 2 more things that we got to see, or maybe 3 more things that we got to see through that trailer that they released last week, and after that we're going to round this up. We're going a little late again. Is first off, we got to see an Overwatch League skin for Hanzo that should not. It's I just noticed that I posted the Overwatch League. It's not an Overwatch League skin. Did I make that post? I don't think I did. Oh shit. I just noticed that we posted the Overwatch League skin for the Hanzo. It's the WCS skin.
Yeah. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know who did, but we'll make sure to crucify them. I think it's going to be Spicy, poor boy. Poor Spicy.
Poor Spicy.
Poor Spicy.
Might be Spicy in Koba, but Koba was too late to read it, so
yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're getting an OWCS Dallas Major skin, so that is going to be interesting. And then on top of that, we saw a little hint of the Diva skin that we're getting for the Porsche crossover event that is also coming this season, and the announcement that the Pride event is returning in season 10. So a lot of people in my community that are happy about that. Some people in my comments were not, and then I had to shut down my comments and start cleaning my followers.
Start behaving. Come on, it's not that hard. It doesn't affect you. It's not gonna hurt you.
It's just kind of insane how people get so worked up about stuff that doesn't affect them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's like butting in a carpenter convention while you've never hold a piece of wood in your whole life. You're like, what does it matter to you? Like, but anyways,
it's like telling the electrician how cables should work and how they should do their job and how the whole like industry with electric stuff and so on works, and you've never did anything remotely like that in your entire life. Yeah, they just want to do their job and do their stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I'm happy for the community that is coming back and that they. It was kind of funny, and like I have a few people that help me out with the posts on Instagram and Twitter, and let me say that about half of them are LGBTQ members, and I, as the white straight man in the community, was the one to make that post. I was like, these people are going to jump on that. They're going to have that post out as quickly as possible. I was the one that had to make that post.
Isn't like almost everyone?
What do you mean?
I'm counting 3 right now.
Yeah, well, everybody except, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not diving into everybody's personal life. I don't care too much about, like, how do you put that? Everybody does what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just more than half of the team.
So basically, I'm the only one that is straight, and look at me making that post, but I'm proud to do it.
It's fine. Yeah. You are the ally.
It was just kind of funny. I came down on my stream, and I really expected like someone will have picked this up. They'll be so excited, and all right. And I was like, oh, fine.
Everyone too busy.
I'll do it. Fine.
Fine.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, season 10 is looking interesting.
It looks like a varied bunch of things.
Yeah, We almost forgot one thing is that we're going to get that Mirror Watch event that is going to be the limited time game mode. I mentioned it at the start, but we didn't really dive into it. So basically on Gibraltar, we're going to have 2 teams of mirrored characters, and they're all going to have their abilities kind of mirrored along. So they all have extra abilities or different abilities. And from what we've seen a Doomfist with a shield. We've seen a Reinhardt with something that looks like a Baptiste's amplification field. We've seen Mercy doing weird stuff with her res. So yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting, which is, I was kind of right in saying it may be closer to Starwatch than to with the bots. Last episode.
There's no PvE element in it. It's pure PvP.
Yeah.
But PvP, but it's basically like the April Fool's event.
It's like April Fool's, but with more spice.
Spice, exactly. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, again, it is something where they are going to take opportunities to see what they can test and what they can get away with and what they can do to heroes in the future. And I'm going to I'm going to release a video somewhere next week on what I think the abilities will be that some heroes might get. We know about some of them, but we don't know all of them, and I'm going to list them and kind of look forward in which we don't know. And afterwards, I definitely want to make an analysis of everything that we got to see and how that might actually be something, which ones they should keep and whatnot, because that is always interesting to dive into. But that's all for later. First, I need to make sure that we have all the videos out once the season starts, which is closing in rapidly. So let's wrap this up, shall we? Look at that segue. Beautiful. All right.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pro. I do this for a living. I'm not getting paid though, but that's fine. Frozen, thank you very much for being here. Can you let these people know where they can find you?
You can find me at Frozen Unicorn and the first O is a 0 on Twitter and Instagram.
There we go. You should all know it by heart now. Let me also rephrase or repeat what I said last week. We're looking into changing the podcast a little bit over the next few weeks and months. We discussed some of it before we actually started recording this, but you can expect the podcast to evolve towards the summer, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some fun ideas, and I can't wait to get started with it. But first, some stuff needs to happen, and we're working on that. Let me just get through the season launch first, and I also need to get the Hall of Giants on my stream going. But one of the next things we'll be doing is the Omnic Weekly 2.0, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you have any questions you want to ask us, we'll be integrating that in the new format. Feel free to ask us your questions on, join our Discord, drop them right there. There's a podcast channel. Come ask during my stream, whatever, and we'll address those questions in the next episodes.
YouTube, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. There's many ways of getting your questions. And at some way I'm going to look in maybe getting some type of phone number set up where you can leave voice messages or whatnot. But start thinking about it. Start thinking about sending in some questions. We look forward to addressing those. All right. You can... oh, wait. I had a little script, didn't I? I had a little script that I had prepared last time for the ending. Let me see if I can pull that up. There we go. I found it.
Very quickly.
Yeah, nice. All right. First off, I want to thank our patrons. Very important. You guys are legends, as I always say. You too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. Our patrons can watch us recording the episode basically live on Patreon, and they also get early access to the audio version. And on top of that, there's a fun series of rewards, as the soldier sticker I showed you earlier is going to be part of the next batch of stickers and pins that are going out next week or early next week. Follow the Omnic Post on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for all your updates on Overwatch, and subscribe to the podcast on whatever channel or platform that you're listening or watching this episode. You can find me as Deemzies TV on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on Twitch, of course. Come join my streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that's it. We'll see you guys again next week. Till then, take care. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Sigma!